So picking up for where you left off, Malcolm, I didn't get a chance to ask you, like, besides your, you know, upbringing in the sense of what you brought up and your career, like, what do you like to do in your free time? What is Malcolm outside of all that?
Right now, I really just been a homebody. I've been playing like mad video games. Um, Games that I'm playing like when I'm not like I don't got a lot of time or I'm just trying to chill. I play like 2K. But when I'm playing like games that I want to take like serious, I've been playing some Baldur's Gate 3. Highly recommend that game.
Yeah, game of the year.
Game of the year actually. And funny enough, I played that. I beat that game before Spider-Man 2 came out, and then I beat Spider-Man 2. And I really did think Baldur's Gate was better. I'm keeping it a buck.
And you
Spider-Man
always
2
been
is
a
gas
gamer
though.
since you was young?
Um, yeah, for about a very long time. I used to have like the Game Boy Colored,
Tough.
the Game Boy Advance, DS's, GameCubes, Switches, Wii's. I've gone down the line. I had a PS2, PS1. Like I've gone down a little bit of the line. I haven't gone
You
back
was a
further
gamer
than
for
that.
real, and then yeah,
Little
like,
bit.
I hate when people say they gamers, and then you ask them like they gaming like history and shit, like, oh, 2K, COD, Madden, like, come on, bro, what are
I
we
mean,
talking
yeah,
about?
that's
No
typical.
WWE, no like
Played. Oh
nothing,
man,
bro.
I played a bit. I love WWE. That was mad fun. I really love 2009. That shit was gas.
SmackDown versus
Yeah, 2009 for me. Mine is 2009. I like that
Yo,
one.
WWE SmackDown versus Raw 2006 and 2007 were golden.
I def played 2007. That was
Golden.
actually gas too,
Golden.
for sure.
2006 was fire too. Not for
I don't
nothing.
think I played that one. I only played like a
Bro.
few. I did get into MLB, like around that SmackDown era too. So I was playing a little bit of MLB.
MLB's a little underrated. I'm not gonna lie.
Low key, I do
Word.
appreciate MLB. It's kind of fun. Like you get into it, and I don't even like baseball like that anymore. But
Dead
but
ass.
playing the game of baseball is
Yo.
always so much more fun.
That should be satisfying when you smack the
Grand
fucking ball
Slam,
out this
yeah,
shit.
get hit
Yeah.
that shit. That shit is mad fun. I enjoy that.
Nah, I feel you though.
But I'm not gonna lie, I've been slacking. I'm about to get into God of War Ragnarok.
Okay.
I gotta play that.
Yeah, I remember you
I'm
told me
gonna
that
beat
earlier.
it. I'm gonna play that because I knew it was already good, but I just been playing around and playing other shit.
You wildin'. That game is fire.
Nah, I agree. I bet you it is because I loved God of War. Like I didn't care at first, but then I played it and I was like, damn, I like this game a lot. And God of War was pretty fun, but I had gotten a P4 for Spider-Man. But like aside from that, I like to I dabble in like drawing here and there. I ain't too good yet. I'm still practicing, but I do that. I've been really into working out for the past year now. It's definitely been like something I had a hard time getting into, but now I'm finally in that phase where like I enjoy working out. I like going to the gym, and so I've been doing that here and there.
Yeah, you told me about that for the past few months now, and you've been staying consistent. I'm proud of you, bro. That's
Yeah,
good shit.
thank you.
I ain't gonna lie.
Over the course of a year, I'm now down like 50 pounds.
Heard it.
So I'm still working on another 20 for my goal right now. And yeah, that's about it. Like I'm good right now, chilling. So I've been focusing on myself a lot lately, but that's about it.
Nah, as you should. I was gonna say though, before we get to the next topic, top 3 games all time for you personally.
Oof, that's a hard question. Top 3 games.
Just a top of your
That's
head.
definitely like a personal for everybody.
Not yet for you.
I would have to think about that. Top 3 games. That's tough. I ain't gonna lie. This is crazy. It's gonna sound crazy, but I really feel like Baldur's Gate 3 is one of the best games I ever played.
Recency bias.
Not even like no, like just in general. Like for a game, like the story was really great. The combat's fun. The game keeps you engaged, like regardless throughout the whole thing. Like it's really a fun game, and you could low key like kind of do whatever you want.
Yeah, you enjoy fucking
Uh,
in that game.
I
That's your
actually,
favorite part of
I
the game.
actually didn't partake in any of the
Yeah,
fucking in that
nah. My
game.
boy was probably like trying to.
I ain't
Nah,
gonna lie, I
Fuck it
didn't
up,
see
fuck it
gameplay in that
up.
game. I ain't gonna lie.
And I don't know. It's different for everybody, and it's funny because I'm not even into games like that. Like I'm usually not the turn based. I don't like turn based games like that.
Yeah.
And like usually, I feel like as of lately, I've been getting more into story games. Like I played them, before, but like I stopped playing them as much as I got older, and like stick more to like multiplayer games like COD, 2K or whatever's coming out. Yeah, like Fortnite. Like niggas was playing shit like that. But playing like a game like that, it was really fun. Like I have over 200 hours in that game. Another game, I'm gonna say Sekiro. I really like that game. Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. That game is actually really fun. It was very hard at first on my first playthrough, but like after that, I got really good at it, so I beat it like another 2 times. I got another playthrough right now that I'm actually thinking about beating, and that's a good one right there. And for my third game, I could not tell you right now. What about you, Serge? Top three, top three. I'm gonna think about my third choice though.
My top three, shit, I don't even know. So many games. Um, I fucked with. I would say Overwatch. I spent like a ridiculous amount of time on Overwatch, so like, there's no way. Like my hours is probably like, I don't even know, probably touching 1,000 or some shit. Like, who knows? But yeah, so that might be like my top three. I stopped fucking with it for a while, but who knows? I'll probably get back into that joint.
I've been fighting that. I've been fighting that.
Yeah, been fighting the urge,
Overwatch been calling
yeah.
me again. I'm like, no.
Low
I've
key.
really been playing that game since beta, so I get it. I've been playing that game for a long time.
Damn.
I really I could never get into that game. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I didn't think I'd get into a game like that, but I don't know. It's pretty fun. Once you get it, like once you get the gist of it, and you kind of get how it goes and how you gotta move.
Nah, I
Yeah.
believe
Once
it.
you play, it's really like you know, but that's like
It's
all games.
yeah,
Right?
it's
Yeah.
a it's
It's like
a
all games, like all like multiplayer games where it's just like you gotta get the feel for all of them.
it's cool, like, everyone plays their role and shit. Like, if you play it well, like, that it's just like it's a cool competitive ass game. Um and what else? I would say like SmackDown versus Raw 2007. That's probably one of my favorites.
Respect that.
That shit. I spent like a good amount of time on that game too when I was younger. Um Damn, I don't know, yo. It'd be like what I'm in the mood for too. Cause if we talking throwbacks,
I know
I'm
my.
doing like Def Jam, Fight for New York, like shit like that. Like, that games like that were really fire too.
I got my third choice. I would actually like to make it
Third
my
choice?
I would actually like to make it my top
Last
one.
but not least.
Nah, it's definitely not the least. Super Smash Brothers.
Ooh,
Super
respectable.
yeah. How could I forget about
Like
that?
Super
Yeah.
Smash Brothers, I played it my whole childhood.
This nigga took
Yeah,
his
nigga.
snacks.
Nigga really got the snatchies. Bro.
But nah, yeah. So going off the Surge, quick introduction for yourself. Quick little rundown.
As far as what? I'm sorry.
In terms of like who you are, where you came from, and where you are now.
Alright, so I'm from Harlem. I grew up in like the projects. So, that shit was a little different. It was a little crazy, but it was dope. I made the best of what I grew up with, the cars that I had to deal with and shit. And I don't know, my mom made sure I had a good head on my shoulders and I never tried to disappoint. So that I just kept that mentality going forward, just trying to be better than the people who came before me. And that's really the main thing too. And then the older I got, I started trying to think more outside the box, like, how could you make a mark, in your life and shit like that. I feel like that's really important. And yeah, just, learning to be grateful for the shit you have. Um, Appreciating the process to, getting to where you need to be. Oh shit, excuse me. And yeah, that's my life, honestly, my upbringing. Um, yeah, as of late, I like working out and shit too. I kind of been slacking the last few weeks, but it was something I was consistently doing. Um, it's a really good discipline to have. I fuck with video games as well. I've recently been fucking with that final shit, the finals.
The finals? I
Yeah,
heard about it.
yo, that shit is dope.
I've been seeing some clips and they don't look too bad.
Bro, it's pretty fire, bro. I have fun playing that shit.
Heavy looks mad fun. They got a sledgehammer.
Yeah, the sledgehammer on their Ron Hart shit.
It reminds me of Sledge from Rainbow Six Siege.
Uh,
Yo, I used to play the shit out of
that
that game.
it's low key similar to Siege from what I hear. I don't really do Siege like that,
It's
but
a good
yeah.
game. You should try it actually. It's real tactical though. Like you
Yeah.
It looks
you
mad
gotta.
tactical.
It's super
Yeah.
tactical, but it's fun. It's a satisfying game, and it's like you would like it because you like search and destroy.
Yeah.
You into that one life, couple
Yeah.
rounds type. So
It looks fun.
yeah, it's pretty fun, and there's map operators now, so there's like so many options of characters that you could play as. Like, I think you personally would enjoy that game, but if you could give it a try for sure.
Oh yeah, that's right. My fault. But yeah, so yeah, the finals been that you should give it a try. I think you'd enjoy it. It's really fast paced. So I don't know.
I seen y'all been talking about it a lot, so I might do that.
Yeah, bro, don't bait. Like anyway, yeah. So I just been fucking with video games, trying to find new shit. I've been playing old shit. Um, and yeah, I mean that's my life right now. We getting high. Stoner life.
You a rapper as well, musician or artist, so
Yeah.
get into that.
So yeah, I enjoy writing music. I like recording music. Um, yeah, it's something I like to enjoy. It's something I enjoy doing, so I continue to like do it. That's the only way you get better at it. Um, I enjoy the process of just like putting something together. Like we get so caught up in our lives of just working and surviving, trying to pay the bills and all that bullshit. We forget about like the shit that we actually enjoy doing. The stuff that gives us the internal happiness. Like you feel satisfied, putting it together or like making something. So that's like my form of expression, I guess.
Yeah.
Putting music together and shit.
No, that's a fact. I'm glad you said that. People definitely forget about that heavy. And then, like, in a sense, you can't blame them because of societal pressures and shit like that. Niggas got bills, niggas got goals,
Yeah.
shit, family, friends,
Yeah.
talking, like, all this other stuff, expectations and shit. But there's also, on the other hand, like, people that take the other route or people that are doing both, but still in another route, get, like treated less in society or looked at differently because it's not the normal Western like ideology. Like it's not the normal path to go in a sense of that in that time, like in that sense.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't know. People need to make space for both, and I feel like more of a happy medium. I'll be right back though. 'Cause my cat is going crazy.
Yeah, nah, I agree with what he was saying. Like I said, we get so caught up in just our lives, and shit happens, and your brain just gets occupied with just responsibilities that sometimes you forget your passions. So
But it's always good to take that step back.
yeah,
Because
for
you
sure.
gotta take care of yourself.
Hmm.
How you gonna take care of everything else? If you falling apart.
Yeah, and like you gotta pay the bills, do all that shit, make your
Mhm.
bread, but money isn't everything at the end of the day. Like
It's not the end all be all.
yeah, exactly. Like as long you can have like a shitty job, but if you make do with what you got, and you do something that you like, it fulfills you, it gives you that happiness, then hey,
I can agree to that.
where
My fault. My cat that ass just swindled the treats and like from behind me and just opened up the bag and fucked that shit up. Crazy. Took the opportunity
little
to seize
woody
it.
kitty right there.
But yeah, I didn't really catch most of what you said at the end, but I'm rephrasing that.
Yeah, I was just saying that I agree with what you're saying. We get so caught up in just living our lives and shit. Doing what we gotta do to like survive or even just make bread and shit. But money isn't everything. As long as like you're happy at the end of the day with what you do, and like like you have your basic responsibilities and shit down packed. It is what it is. If you're happy.
Nah, that's a fact.
Or
I agree.
So in terms of like your music and stuff like that, where do you want that? Where do you want that to go? Where do you see yourself doing in 2024? Let's keep it simple. Next year, 2024, what should we expect from you on that side of things?
Shit, I'm hopefully trying to drop like a project, like my first mixtape sometime next year. Hopefully sometime in the middle of next year and shit. I'm just trying to like make sure I release like something that I'm satisfied with, like that I'm okay with, like people listening to my shit. And I'm not bad at all. Like I think I'm pretty good, but the more I do it, the better I get. So I want to just keep working on it and making it into what I want the final product to be. And as far as like how far I see myself going with it, it's all a process. I'm gonna make my tape, I'm gonna release it, try and just get the word out, but I'm not gonna go crazy like bugging everybody to listen to my shit. Like if you know, and like if that shit starts, generating buzz and shit, then that's what's up. But at the end of the day,
I can
like
definitely help you with the marketing side of things for sure.
yeah, word. And I feel like I got like supportive friends and shit like that. Like if I put the song out, there's gonna be people like sharing my shit. And even if not, it's alright. Like if it's meant to happen, it'll happen. At the end of the day, you gotta work for it too. Of course, like it's gonna only go as far as like you work for. But I'm just saying, like at the end of the day, like this is some shit. Like I'm just happy, like to be able to produce and be able to make, and I'm okay with that. It's not like I'm putting all my eggs in one basket to like do this, because I got other shit that I could do and make my bread and like be okay in life.
Yeah. So I really just want to switch topics completely. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all both single men currently. Feel me? Let's talk about these women. Let's talk about these women. Feel me?
Yeah, I mean, do you want to start it off?
Start it off. Malcolm started off.
You want me to start it off, or you want to start it off?
Nah, Serg is more, he's in that realm. So,
I mean, you in that round too.
I let all this shit build up.
Yeah. He'll have the juiciest side of that.
We'll get both perspectives either way. So in the sense of single, how many relationships you been in? We're not counting fifth grade.
Not fifth grade. So I would say like 2.
Okay.
Yeah, 2.
And what's your most recent one, and how long did that last?
My last one was like a year. That ended like a year ago. A year and a couple months ago now. And that was 2 years.
What do you feel like one thing you really like came out, like you came into that relationship one way and you came out another way. What did you learn from that relationship? Like what is one thing you really like it stuck with you, like the lesson, I would say? Because I feel like after every situation like that, everybody comes out with some type of narrative, whether it be like never again or like great, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, and I'm sure there's more than one senses, but what is the one that's like sticks?
I would say for that, definitely someone who kind of like, who has like their own dependency. So someone who's able to exist on their own, kind of.
In a sense of you finding that type of partner.
Yeah. So just someone who's able to like, do their own thing when it's it's time for everyone else to do their own thing. It'll be all right without.
And like, damn, get off me.
And it's not even like not to say that I don't like being around my lady all the time or whatever. Yeah. But it's like I also need the space to go be my own person too. Like have my other be with my friends or go do this. Got social events, things of that nature. So it's just kind of like definitely someone who's okay when it's time to separate at the time. That's it.
No, that's real, and that's healthy, honestly. Yeah. I feel as though me personally, and through like shit, my own struggles and trials and tribulations in my relationship and like the goods and shit like that, and through reading books and going to counseling and shit like that, doing the work, like I've learned, and it also reaffirmed me, because I already kind of knew this, but it reaffirmed me of like calling it quits is healthy. It's a healthy like thought in a healthy relationship. It's always a consideration, like maybe we're just not in the same space right now, like it maybe has nothing to do with us, maybe like what I'm saying, so it doesn't get to that toxic place, because then it becomes an unhealthy attachment. So Yeah, I feel like sometimes calling it quits with someone is, regardless of whether y'all reconnect or not, is the best way to do it. But yeah,
I don't disagree to that. I definitely understand that. It took, you know, it was a realization for me. It was just like, damn, like that's just, it's kind of, this is like where I gotta be right now, and I don't want to be here, but like it's where I'm at, and I just gotta, you know, face the music.
Yeah, nah, I completely agree with that. You know, I think if someone has to be dependent on someone else to like just, I don't know, like exist, I guess, or not exist, but if there's someone on your body at all times, and like they really be like on some shit to you because you're not always with them or whatever, like they always feel a way about it. Like, do they really love themselves? Like, you really gotta ask, you know, ask that person that, and ask yourself, like, you know, as a thought, like, do she really love herself? And if you with someone who don't love themselves, like, it that's already unhealthy within itself.
yeah,
Like,
and it's
this
hard,
shit is,
and it's hard.
yeah.
And even if you're the best of person, it like these bad characteristics, like traits, pop out. Like it's hard to love someone that doesn't love themselves. It's hard to show up
Yeah.
always in the best ways. It's like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, should I face that shit myself? I ain't even gonna lie, in certain senses, even past, like, not even just in my relationship, but it could be in friendship shit too. People don't talk about that enough. Like, especially in friendships, it could be a little tricky because you're not romantic with this person. It's a different, you know, it's a different dynamic. So it's like a lot of people,
Take things the wrong way.
yeah, and it's like also like, I don't know what the word is for it, but in a sense of like, you may have a homeboy and you fuck with him heavy because he's just cool, like that's your bro. No matter what he's going through, that's gonna be your bro regardless. If he's on like on a chapter of his life where he's not really that confident, like, you know, that's not a reflection of you. That's still your bro. Some people only like to hang around people that they feel as though is a reflection of them or where they want to be. So it's like you have a bro that's going through something, you knew bro, but like he's going through a phase that you feel as though you outgrew, or you not trying to be around because you feel as though it's slowing you down. Now you're making it about you instead of seeing like that's a bro, right?
Oh yeah, that's a
But at the same time, you know, shit is not black and white.
Nah, that's a fact. Yeah, you're not saying nothing wrong right there. It's definitely all about perspective and just understanding where everybody's coming from. But, you know, sometimes people don't take the time to actually do that. And it just, people jump to conclusions. And sometimes people be right. But, you know, everybody's different. But it do be feeling like we in a state where just people just used to everybody being grimy now.
Nah, I felt that, yo. Honestly, like, it's kind of like a situation where, like, you know, someone cheating on you, or you know, you cheating on someone, and then they start like the other person who's not doing anything is like chilling or whatever, and then, you know, insinuations are made out of nowhere, but it's really like an insecurity that they're having about the shit that they doing, because they know they doing wrong, and then, you know, yeah, it's really yeah, it should just be. It's like a self-conscious kind of thing. Like, you're kind of like dooming yourself. If you don't love yourself, you're like dooming for like a shitty relationship. Like,
Yeah.
no matter, unless it's someone that like helps you like realize like your self-worth, as opposed to like you depending on that person's company or presence to like make you feel whole. You know, it's like a difference. It's like an attachment versus like actually loving someone, you know.
Word, and it's like, it's low-key, there's low-key levels to it though too. Like, you know, there's degrees in which there's people who can still function even if they do feel they have like maybe some self-confidence issues, but there's people who know how to manage that. But then there's people who don't know how to manage that, and that's where that, you know, that falls out of place, and that's where a lot of that is coming from. A lot of people don't know how to manage their insecurities, and they, you know, deflect and, you know, push that back on other people, or they take certain scenarios in the wrong way just because of what's happened to them and what they've been through. But they not thinking about nobody else because they've been hurt.
Yeah.
You know?
Nah, word. I felt that, and that shit crazy. Like, I think at the end of the day, like, as far as like relationships, people just gotta, you know, make sure you love yourself before you hop into anything, because, you know, at the end of the day, like, it's an investment. Like, you're investing your time and your energy, and like, you want to make the most out of like just, you know, your experience. Facts.
Like, Like, why we gotta lie so much? Just keep it a buck. What do you want to do? What is this? What is this for? What is it about? What we doing? Just keep it a buck.
Not for nothing, man. When I was younger, I was on some real toxic shit, yo. Like, I did I wasn't like a bad dude. Like, I wasn't like horrible or anything. But like,
Talking to the camera. Talk to the camera.
Oh yeah. Well, nah, I'm talking to y'all. Yeah. So, I used to like be on some bullshit, but like the older I'm getting, the older I got, it's like you realize like why do all that,
Did it feel worth it? Like,
yeah, I mean, nah, it didn't. I mean, sometimes it did, sometimes it didn't. But it's really just a matter of, like, why do all that? Like, why put yourself in a situation where you got to do that? If you're not, like, if you're over here wanting to do all that shit and you're shorty, and shorty's not okay with that, like, be single. Stay single.
Just be single.
Stay single, and when you feel like you're ready to,
do that,
then... and then you do shit the right way, No.
I mean, unless you find somebody, who's comfortable with that, then, y'all got that kind of relationship.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I'm saying, just keep it a buck. Just say what you want. And nobody got to get fucked over. Nobody got to break everybody's heart, like, for no reason. It's not necessary.
Yeah, I agree. I feel as though... Fuck. She was hitting. I feel as though two things. Like, people don't feel as though... because we live in this society and monogamy is pushed so much on us. Like, I'm not gonna lie, growing up, I thought monogamy was the only choice. I thought you're either single or you're with. Monogamy, for people that don't know, is when you're with one person and you're only with that person, you're locked in like this, for me. So anyways, that's what 90, well, I don't want to say 90, I don't want to put a number on it because I really don't know. But that's what's pushed upon us. That's what's the normal, the common. You know what I'm saying? That's when you say you're in a relationship, people assume it's a monogamous relationship. Feel me? Anyways, to move past that, I didn't even know personally that was like there was more options like polyamory, ethical monogamy, right, so on and so forth. So it's like people need to do the people should. I would advise people to do the education, especially as early as possible, on all these things and experiment on and fill out. Some things you read it and you're like, you sit with it. That's not gonna work for me. I already know I'm for it. Where I'm at, cool. You sit with some things, you experiment with some things, and you figure yourself out. That's all. It's just an experiment at the end of the day. It's an experiment. And just because let's say you decide to be poly, just because you're poly for a couple years or a week doesn't mean that you can't go back to monogamy. It's a practice at the end of the day. So that's all that is. So that's one. I feel a lot of people would benefit from practicing polyamory or ethical monogamy, because it's like at the end of the day we're just inflicting wounds onto each other, whether we're re-traumatizing each other from like childhood or / just traumatizing each other, like, or the other person. So it's like, yeah, you put it on that sense, and you also put it in the sense of like, if you are in a monogamous relationship and you're cheating on either or, whether you're a man or a woman, and it's like, you really gotta sit with yourself, like, and why you doing this, like, even past the relationship, past holding yourself accountable and like switching to a relationship dynamic that works better for you, where you don't have to lie and shit, is also like digging deep. A lot of resources and information is free nowadays. YouTube have a bunch of free audiobooks, bro. You just have to, like, it's not hard. TikTok has a bunch of recommendations. Google exists, that is free. Colleges, libraries, right? You could order a book, Amazon, boom, right? Free, bunch of shit. Not Amazon, but everything else I just mentioned. So it's like the shit is there. It's just whether you want to do it or not, whether you find the resources and you find the information and you find like you fact check to make sure you're also like being guided in the right direction. But yeah, there's a lot of, I feel like as though there's a lot of adult children. There's a lot of like I don't care about age. Like there's a lot there. For example, there could be a 25-year-old that is so traumatized that it's still like body wise, mentally, it's still like a 15-year-old boy. Let's say a 28-year-old man got bullied when he was in high school, heavy, right? Has his edge. Now he's 28, got this like ego, want to prove people wrong, always like, you know what I'm saying? He's still living in the past. So it's like a lot of that, and that's just one example of many. Is also like, if we want to put, just for example of women seeing their mothers getting cheated on, or having a fucking boyfriend at 13 years old and getting cheated on, and then like they carry that trauma on to a real relationship with a grown-ass man, or a bunch of shit they see propaganda on TV shows and shit. So it's like, you know, the mind could be a very tricky place.
Age is just a mindset, bro. At the end of the day, like, it could be a grown-ass man acting like a little-ass kid, have the expectations of, like, a fucking teenager, like, expecting shit out of life, especially, like, a grown man. Like, come on. But, yeah, like, age is just a mentality, bro. Like, that shit don't mean nothing. Like, you know, if you meet someone, you know, let's say, like, relationship purposes, like, if you meet some, you know, you could fuck with an older shorty and she fuck with you because, like, your mindset is, like, appropriate of that, you know? You could be, like, you know, be fucking with a shorty who's, like, 10 years older than you, but she fuck with you because, not just because of, like, what you have to offer physically, you know, it really... You know, if you're taking your chances, let's say you're a 40-year-old woman fucking with a, you know, in a relationship with a 30-year-old, clearly, like, you're investing, like, something, like, mentally, like, you know, you're expecting something, you know, soon you're not going to be able to have kids, maybe, you know, body, you know, I be hearing all types of shit, seeing all types of shit, so, you know, I've been seeing, like, women who's, like, 50 having kids, like, but there's women who can't have kids past 30 something, whatever. I don't do too much research on that, so I'm a little ignorant with that. But yeah, bro, age is just a mindset.
I can agree to that. Definitely, people be raised differently, and you know, they come up thinking and going about life a whole lot differently than other people, you know. And, you know, everyone takes their experiences differently. People can have the same experience but come out of that completely different people, you know? Yeah. Somebody can take their experience and internalize it and become a better person. Or someone could take that experience and internalize and become someone that's replicated from the trauma that they've been dealt.
Nah, that's a fact, bro. And like, yeah, bro, you said that wonderfully. I ain't even gonna lie, but... Yeah, I feel as though, like, and then that goes perfectly into what I was gonna say. People that just relationship hop, whether it be serious or not, like, they just go from one person to another just to mask, or, like, you know, it's a form of avoidance. But I was gonna get into coming into that conversation, or to wrap up that conversation, I should say. How old are you?
24.
You?
26.
So yeah, I'm 24. Niggas started dating. Obviously, you know, whatever, like, let's say from 18 to now. How, when you're looking for a partner, what has changed? Like, from the mindset of when you was 18 to now, like, what's the differences? Obviously, we was completely different places of our lives, so it makes sense that there were differences, you know what I'm saying? But, you know.
I feel like younger me didn't really think too hard on what kind of partner I wanted, aside from, like, someone who was just, you know,
a vibe.
Like, that was good, you know, like, they was cool, like, into the same things I like, you know, type shit. But, you know, just hoping to find someone that piqued my interest and that, you know, would fuck with me, and that's about it. But, like, you know, now as I'm older, I have, like, a couple things in my head that I'm like, all right, I'm gonna look out for that, but, like, but I feel like, personally, I think, like,
So what's the number one red flag for you? You talking to a shorty, you feel me, you in the talking stage, and she throw a red flag in person. What red flag? Y'all on a date. I'm gonna give you a scenario. Y'all on a coffee date.
Okay. A red flag for me? I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I'm not too good at those. Like, off rip. Mm-hmm. Like I gotta sit, like be around you a little bit, see, like, you know, see how it is, and then like, cause not everybody, you know, comes up, you know. So
if she yell at you, so if she talk, like, y'all, like, raise her voice in a conversation, like, y'all get into a topic, a debate, and she get really passionate and she start yelling first date, like, that's gonna throw you off, or like what?
That might throw me off. That's definitely gonna throw me off, cause, like, yo, relax. I could debate, so I be calm, I be chill. Like, I could debate with people. I've been doing that.
But what if y'all debating about anime? That might turn you on, though, gang.
Nah, it's definitely gonna get me heated. But I feel like I'm the kind of person, like, when I get excited, I come off, like, excited and not, like, aggressive. So I don't know if you mean, like, in an aggressive way or in an excited way.
In an aggressive, exciting way.
I mean, I feel like I'd be alright. Like I'm not gonna take. We going through it. Like I get it.
Oh, my fault. I think it depends on like the circumstance, like like what was being.
It
Yeah.
depends. Like
Word.
I usually try to. I guess I'm the kind of person that looks for like. I usually like to look for the good in people first. So I guess that's why for me it's like I like a lot harder. But like I don't.
That makes sense.
I don't push too much. Like I look for the good in people rather than the bad.
I personally feel like the red flags never really pop out like the first time. If they do, then like I know.
Definitely,
You
yeah.
know?
But
Yeah. But if it's like that's some shit that kind of builds up. Like you're not gonna spot sometimes a shorty could be a good liar and play it off up until a certain point. You feel me?
Yeah.
It's a matter of just peeping and like peeping game.
Nah, I agree for sure. And I ain't gonna lie, I can't name them because that's fed. I ain't gonna lie. But I will shout out my boy Noise. He knows exactly who I'm referring to. My boy put me onto a lot of sauce when it came to shit. Life, but like energy, females, but it's a lot of sauce. He put me onto a lot of people that put me onto a lot of sauce. I ain't gonna lie. So I say all that to say this. Yeah, I agree with you. People are like, especially in the beginning, people are putting on their best selves, shit like that, right? It's not really genuinely themselves. You know what I'm saying? But just like, and I'm gonna make this a gender thing because I'm a man, whatever, boom, boom, boom. Just like women be having shit tests and shit, we like to call it shit tests, little tests here and there, whatever, boom, right? Well, familiar term, right? You could always have them, like men have them as well, you feel what I'm saying? So it's like, in a sense of maybe asking certain questions or like just seeing how they move in certain things, like setting up certain things to see how they move. And I know it's like, I personally don't, like I'm aware of these things and I see, like I'm aware of these things and I see them, but I personally don't like to do it. I mean, I don't have to anymore, but if I were back in the field, you feel what I'm saying? I would always lead with my heart and lead genuine, but also like have my mind, my mind still in the sense of like fuckery or we not a match, it's not a line, or you know what I'm saying, shit like that. But luckily I'm not the type of person to be, you know what I'm saying, like on some like super pessimistic shit or whatever. So I feel like that type of attitude just kind of manifests the worst. So you just see the worst, you choose to see the worst.
Yo, I feel you, word. I think for me personally, like I'm not doing all that. Like fuck all that. I'll see like your energy, whatever. See what the vibe brings, but if it don't work out, like I'm okay with that. I'm like, just be clear. You're not trying to fuck with it either. Or like, actions speak louder than words. Like if there's no follow up or whatever.
Because my thing is like niggas be talking about like let me see if she would let me open a door for her, or like like this little shit. Like bro, if I pick up a shorty, I'm gonna open a door for her. And if she not, like, it's all responding, like, I'm going to be my best self. I'm going to treat her, like, you know what I'm saying, as how I would want to treat, like, because I'm talking to her, we're talking about a scenario where, like, we're taking her serious, right? So, I'm coming with those intentions, like, she can potentially be my girlfriend. I'm not treating her like she's my girlfriend yet, but on some potential shit. So, it's like, bro, opening a door for someone, like, nice manners, doing first impression, feel me? But if she's on, like, let's say I open the door, boom, she get in, and she's on some ungrateful shit, or she's already complaining on some other shit, or let's say she like compliments me for that, like she acknowledges it, or thank you, or because at the end of the day I don't have to open a door. You know what I'm saying? That's just on some like extra shit, you feel what I'm saying? So it's like, shit like that, or like picking up the check, or like just the conversations, or just the vibe, you feel what I'm saying? Like it's just on some genuine shit, bro. And if I feel like you want some other shit, like that's gonna throw me off, and it just might, I ain't gonna lie, then I might just not take you. Like in my mind, because I don't know if women think like, I mean, I know women think like this, I ain't gonna lie, I'm not gonna do this whole gender shit, but I know men can definitely feel me. Like in my mind, like it's not a complete dub, feel me? Because if you still tolerable, or you still a vibe, but I know we not a vibe to that sense, shit, we could still get active. But like in my mind, like you just lost me in that sense,
You paying on first dates? You know, like if you were in the field or when you were in the field type shit.
When I was in the field, I mean, personally speaking, when I was in the field,
Or just not. It don't even have to be about you. Like, how do you feel about that? What do you feel about that?
I mean, I'm indifferent about that. Like, I'll pull up and pay for it. Like, I'm in the sense of, like, if you're talking to someone and shit like that, like, you gotta come in and ready to honestly pay for, well, as a man, pay for both. Because to some girls that has pop up and just, like, on some, like, pulled up with no money on some, yeah, like, I expected you to pay and never even said nothing. So I'm like, nah, as a guy, bro, I'm not gonna pull up and only have for myself, and then we still looking stupid at the table because Shorty didn't bring no breeze. Now what? So it's like I'm prepared for both, but there's times, most of the times when I went on dates, it was like sex museum shit, like where you had to get the tickets in advance, so it was already handled by the time we got there. You feel what I'm saying? But there was one time where I went. So for one time specifically, I went on a date with this girl, sex museum. It was valid. Boom. I paid for it. I had to go after though because at the time I was I don't know, I wasn't at Junior's crib, but I had to sleep at Junior. Oh, I worked the next day in the morning, and at the time I lived in Yonkers, so and the date was Manhattan. So feel me, Junior just let me stay at the crib because he was working overnight. He let me stay at the crib, but I had to get there at a certain time, so I didn't have time to chill after the date. And I told her that, like, I didn't have time to chill after the date. Mind you, I paid for the date. And she lived right there, like literally right there. So boom, met her. We had a good time. Afterwards, I got a dip. I don't tell her that though. Like, she already coming and knowing. She's like, oh, I want to smoke and shit. Like, oh, let's get papers. I'm like, I gotta go. Like, I dead ass got like 30 minutes. I'm downtown, niggas in Harlem. He gotta go to work. So it's not like I could be like, yo, bro, can you wait? Nah, like, he gotta work. And no one else can open that door. I don't got the key. So it's like, it's clip. I can see you. Feel me? That got tight on some other shit. So it's like, you lost me, and she lost me, nigga. Like, she lost me. She tried to chill after that. Like, she got over it. She's like, I'm sorry. I'm like, nah, I'm cool.
It's a dub, yeah.
It's a dub. Like, I'm cool.
Thank you.
But yeah, and then fast forward. That was kind of like my experience in a sense of like I felt as though I was expected to pay. I do have a homegirl that never made me really feel that way, so I'll shout out Nelly. Feel me? And then fast forward, boom, boom, boom. I started really like, I feel as though really growing in that sense and understanding myself more and like what I want and aligning with what I wanted at the time I wanted a girl. So then boom, 2 months later, I was dating girls or talking to girls on a more serious base for those 2 months. But then, feel me, niggas was lit at the party. My girl pop out late, eye to eye contact, it was over, and then shit. It's been like that ever since.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But in terms of, before you go ahead, with my girl, I mean, shit, bro. I started off like, honestly, with my girl, we didn't really go on many dates for real, like, feel me? But when it was times that we did go on dates, it was like, we was just so locked in. I'll pay. It's like our money. Like, I'll pay, she'll pay. It don't even matter. And at this point, we basically fucking, feel me? But yeah.
Y'all should go on dates more often, bro. That shit is really refreshing. I'm sorry. Yeah. You know, with the shorty who I'm talking to right now, we try and go on dates like at least like once a month for like a little bit more, like maybe like it's whatever, you know, we feel. Sometimes I'll be like, yo, I feel like, you know, going to a restaurant eating, like, what's up, we out, you know, shit like that, you know, whatever. Malcolm, how do you feel about that? What do you know, what's your thoughts on that?
Me personally, I haven't really experienced too much of really the dating life like that.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to recently get into it, but right now I'm just like, I'm in a state where I'm really just working on myself right now. So as much as I do want to get into like the dating scene and all of that, I'm more worried about my own goals right now and just working on myself. So I kind of just been in my own lane right now.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
So even aside from that, like, you know, it doesn't even have to be about you. Like, what are your thoughts on that? How do you feel? Do you feel like the men should pay like first dates
like,
type shit?
But
like,
I feel like at this point it's just an expectation, and that's because just this climate that we're in. Like, that's the expectation. You know, we're the men, and you know, for the most part. It's just,
Yeah.
you know, that's like, you know, that's the way of the world right now, you know.
Type shit, yeah.
So like it's just an expectation. So like if I want to go take a girl out, I feel like I just know I gotta pay, and that's it. Like
Yeah.
if you want to take that girl out, just be prepared to spend the bread, and if you want to, that's it. You know, if
I
you
feel
really
you.
don't want to, then you won't, and just keep it a buck.
Yeah, you could keep
You
it a
know,
bug,
like,
you know, be
yeah.
like, yo, instead, like, let's go to Central Park, you know, do some shit, like,
change it up, you could
yeah.
do some other shit you could try, but also depends on the type of girls you talk to. You know,
Word.
like not every girl is gonna be with that. You know, some girls do really want you to spend money on them, and then there's
Yeah.
girls that don't. They just
They
want to do
not
something
like that,
fun.
and that's what I was gonna get
and
into.
And like, you know, I feel like I've definitely been lucky enough to deal with those kind of girls more that like to do like more fun stuff. And it's because, like, you know, now I got a little money now, so like I don't mind spending it now. But you know, back then when I was younger, it was, you know, it was a
Yeah.
little harder. So just always trying to come up with, like, you know, fun ideas or something to do, you know,
Yeah.
as an alternative, because, you know.
Nah, that's a
money
fact,
is
and that's
tough.
exactly what I was gonna say too. Like, there's also so many other ways that whether even if you spending money or little to no money or no money,
You could have a lot
like
of
you
fun.
could do mad shit,
Yeah.
bro. Like me and my bro, there's time to, especially because my girl's a little introvert, feel me, and I be having like I don't really like wouldn't consider myself either, but I have my, you know, I be a homebody, feel me, so like. Whether it be watching movies or like that ass getting mad munchies, building up a tent, like surprise, like cooking up dinner, feel me, coming into the living room, the Belk. When that shit was open, I missed the Belk, I ain't gonna lie. But shit like that, taking a little walk, feel me, like shit like that. So it's like finding different ways to connect. At the end of the day, that's what you're searching
Yeah.
for. That's what you're trying to do is connect. So it's like, yeah, we can go out to dinner, eat, cool.
But like, what we doing after that? Like, what?
Yeah.
What's the next
Even
part?
then, like
you
if
know,
that's
like,
what we doing, like, and the goal is to connect, like we could eat and talk about whatever we want to talk about, like whatever comes about. Or if we just going out to eat and we just want to share each other's company, like just so like, because people have like, and especially in relationships, like there's times where like maybe you have a a thought in mind, like, oh, I just want to go out and eat with my shorty and chill. But she's seeing it like, oh, he wants to go out and eat with me. He wants to connect. Let's talk. She starts talking now. Now you tight. Now you fake annoyed because all you wanted was to
Yeah,
eat.
you
and
wanted to just eat with your
yeah.
girl. But nah, but I feel
what
like
else are you supposed to?
Yeah.
My fault. But like, what else are you supposed to do if you're going out eating with shorty? Like,
But
y'all,
it's up
y'all
to your
be
girl,
there,
yeah, just
be there in
silence. I don't
silence.
know.
Like, I mean,
I don't know,
yeah,
that's kinda weird.
yeah, you're like
Yeah.
mindfully eating, okay, but like,
Talk to your
I mean, I've had those times where like, you know, we try and talk, but sometimes like we so focused on fucking eating, like, you know, it just naturally happens. But
I feel like
as long as it's not like the awkward like silence that
but
like you know,
a
even
peaceful
so-
silence is
yeah,
good. Like,
peaceful silence.
That exists. A peaceful silence exists. If you can coexist with somebody and y'all don't gotta say nothing, y'all could just chill in each other's presence, then that's good. That's a good thing. That should be able to do that. Y'all don't gotta be, you know, talking all the time, or, you know,
Yeah.
it don't gotta be like that.
Bro, I swear, people need to be able to sit in silence more, like, just trying to fill up space and shit, yo. Shout out Johnny, bro, but you be doing that heavy, gang, like, oh my god. But yeah.
Nah, yeah. So me personally, how I feel is I agree with your point. I think at this point in our lives, like, well, in my life, you know, I'm 26. I'm a little bit older. It's just, yeah, you feel me? Walk out of here. I still got some time. Where shout out, what's her name? What's her name?
Oh, Mamba.
Shout out Mamba.
Word, shout out Mamba.
Yeah, you know, it's just expected, like, for a man to be paid, you know, and if not, like, that's okay, but that shit should just be clear, because I've went out with shorties and they, you know, they're okay, you know, I pick up the check immediately, I'm not gonna lie, nah, some, like, fiend shit, like, whoa, you know, but,
Like, you know,
yeah,
I got that.
like, casually, like, you know, just grab it, you know, whatever, but there's been times, like, you know, someone will ask, oh, like, you know, you want me to send you, like, half or whatever. Like, nah, like, at this point, like, whatever, like, if you're going on a date, like, just don't
That
go on
fake
your
ass half, though, it just, yeah, too, like, I don't
Yeah.
know, like, you have my number, you could just send it, if you really, like, bro, like, if a girl really, I promise you, bro, don't get it twisted, like, if a girl really wanted to send that half, she would have sent that half,
Nah,
like,
for
she would have
sure.
sent that half.
And if a shorty wanna pay, she gonna pay, bro.
Yeah.
I went on 2 dates with some shorty before, and she paid the first time. She paid intentionally, like, while I was in the bathroom type shit. And then I went out with her again, and like I wanted to pay, and like she dead ass was not letting me pay. So I'm just like, all right, like I guess she got it. Like, you know,
Yeah.
she's doing all that. But yeah, like it depends. You know, it's different. There be some shorties who dead ass want to pay. You know, kind of like our mentality, or well, like me and Malcolm's mentality of like, oh yeah, like it's expected. Some shorties be like, nah, like fuck all that.
And I fuck with that shit. Ain't complaining.
Nah, I ain't complaining about it if you're insisting.
Yeah.
The kind of just the place that we're at is just I expect to pay if I got to. If I'm gonna take you out, if I want to take you out, I'm just gonna expect to pay. And that's it.
Systematically, I can understand why, as in a sense, men are expected to pay because we make most of the money, like that's being contributed out, especially because women weren't allowed to work and back in the day, right? But now that's not the case, and more women are working and getting all these degrees. More and more, there's so many women graduating college every year at a very high rate. So it's like that's more and more going to be the case. Like you're going to meet more women that are not only capable but more than willing to invest. Feel me? And men that are worth it, whether they have, like, you know what I'm saying, whether they have the funds or not, whether they, you know what I'm saying, because it's like, it goes on both ends, and that's like kind of the thing that, I don't know, I side with. I'm not in the field really to experience it more, and like with different people to really like have a set in stone, but like, you know, my girl isn't like this, so I don't know. But in a sense of like, I understand that systematically, but like how you go about it also matters. If a girl just fully on expects, doesn't, you know, like, you know what I'm saying, the communication's bad, it's a turn off, yeah. And it's like, and then, yeah, and it's like, yeah, bro.
I agree.
I think like how they go about it definitely matters. Like if they not too obnoxious about it, then you know I don't care, I'll pay. That's not gonna, you know, no real skin off my back. But if you like obnoxious about it, then you can get somebody else to pay for you. It ain't gonna be me. Like,
Respectfully, we're grown adults. If you're going out in general, whether man, woman, whatever, just be prepared to fucking pay. Like in general, cause don't go out to no club, don't go out to eat, none of that shit. And you don't got the bread to spend it. Like, we're, you know, people are grown. Like if you're 21 and plus, just try and be prepared. That's all. Like. That's the best shit. We, you know, make it happen. Either you have the bread, either you have a credit card, whatever. Like, just make the shit happen. Like,
Yeah,
you don't ever
sucks dick. I'm not gonna lie, especially to everything costs so much, bro. Inflation's off the roof.
Sure.
Raises and minimum wage is not off the roof. It stayed the same while inflation is going up. So it's like the value of the dollar is
atrocious.
Yeah. So
plus, you just don't want to like depend on anyone, like either. Like, don't, you know, if you're going out eating as a group,
to man or woman, word.
yeah, if you out go, like, let's say you go to like a birthday celebration
or anyone else, I'm sorry to not include the non-binaries and shit.
Oh yeah, facts. Shout out non-binaries.
Word.
But I just feel like, so let's use an example of like birthday parties, like when people go out, like it'd be the big bills, and like everyone's, you know, you get that,
You know what you ordered.
Yeah.
If you know you ain't got it, why did you order that?
Yeah, yo.
Why did you order that if you know you ain't got it?
I hear so much stories about it, and it's like, yo, but yeah, just situations like that happen, and like I'm not saying like, yeah, you get tricked and fucking end up paying like way more than what you're supposed to, but it shouldn't ever be no situation where it's like niggas is looking at you, whoever crazy, like, all right, like,
you just gotta go with people who you know got it, and that's really it at this point. If you're gonna go to somewhere in a big party, like, yeah, you just gotta know that everybody there is good for it, cause like I feel like I've been lucky enough, like I've been to a couple dinner parties, and so in those dinner parties, you know, everybody's getting shit, but thankfully, you know, everybody's, you know, where they need to be at. So we ain't getting into situations like that. Ain't nobody fighting over the fucking bill. Ain't none of that happening, you know.
Don't go to no dinner party and get like a little drink and like whatever, and expecting to like pay like just for that, like, yeah, like $10 out of like a fucking $800 bill, like niggas going. Well, I'm not saying like go, you know, you have to like go above and beyond like crazy, But like just other, I don't know.
If
People
you
be
know you ain't got
they be people who don't got it, and they expect the people who ordered like that little amount of shit to like that ass. Oh nah, we're splitting it like amongst how many people? It's like. You ordered fucking lobster. You ordered all that bullshit. I ordered like French fries and that's it, nigga. Your shit was like $50 something, 60, whatever the case may be. My shit was like $10. Like fuck you mean? Type shit.
Word. Nah, that shit kills me. I never understood that, bro. I've seen so many friendships like end because of that shit on some weird shit. Like people wanting to split the bill after they put in like $300 worth of food for themselves.
Yeah,
and
word.
like not everyone wants to spend that much money on that type of time. And like everybody, like you know what I'm saying. If you're gonna do that, then be prepared to pay for yourself. Like you talking about splitting the bill, like yeah.
Selfish. How you gonna be in a big group and you ordering
like
the most expensive
word.
things ever,
And then talking about split, bro.
Yeah, like that's
Yeah.
like
If
what?
it was like for one person, like I kind of get it. Like if you go out to a birthday dinner for like a birthday person and they want to get expensive stuff, then that's fair. That's the birthday person. You feel me?
Type
But if
shit,
you got
word.
like 3, 4, 5 people at the table going crazy,
Word.
talking about lobster, ravioli, and fucking
And like
$150 wine,
Yeah, like
the
five
caviar,
drinks.
like yo, what's up with
Word.
you, bro? It's not your birthday. Why are you spending? Why are you out here? You know, putting
I'm
all
jacking
that-
niggas do that on purpose, bro. Like, there's no way that niggas do that on purpose. Like, they see the opportunity. It's a big group. Oh, I could just say
And they're like,
split.
oh, yeah.
Like, fuck out of here, bro.
I feel like people also let like the moment get to them. Like you
Yeah,
know,
that too.
People get into environments they usually not in. They just be having fun and then they do some dickhead shit.
And then when that bill hit, nigga, that shit
they
is like a
realize
slap to the face.
Fuck out of here.
They look at you. They look at that shit like.
What did I do? You saw the prices when you came in. Don't be surprised now. Like,
Word.
keep it good.
But nah, we've been here for a minute. It's been good conversations. Almost about to hit. I feel like an hour type shit. I can't really see the time and the thing from here.
I can't either.
Yeah, word. But I appreciate y'all for putting up. It was definitely good convos. I'm definitely looking forward to having y'all back later not this year, but next year. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully we'll have more music brought out from you. We could put that in, shit like that. Hear about your journey with the gym. Hear about, feel me, just life, all that, different types of conversations. Try to have it like more of a group thing next time, or feel me, like also get the ones, feel me. But yeah, I appreciate y'all, boy.
You already, bro. Thank.
I appreciate you, bro.
Word.
Y'all, this been Malcolm. Catch you on the next one.
Yeah, facts. Holla, y'all.